Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to a brand new video. It's your boy Jay. I'm here to say that I got another story time today. Today's story time is going to be pretty interesting. Today's story time is about the time where basically my friend's sister was drugged out and just craziness. So let's get into it. So I have a friend, we'll call him Zane, and Zane was a junior at the time and I was like a freshman. So we were basically hanging out one day and Zane, he got his driver's permit or whatever, and his sister will always go to parties and stuff. We'll call his sister Stephanie. So Stephanie will always go to parties and stuff, and she just get messed up at the party. She either drink too much or do drugs or something. And then that's when she'd always call him and be like, come get me, I'm too drunk to drive, I'm too drugged to drive. And then that's when we'd have to pick her up, and it'd always be some crazy situation. And then come back home, she'd go to sleep, and then she'd wake up, and we have to drive her back. She'd get her car, and then we go our separate ways. And this is about one of those times. So this time, she basically calls Zane, and when she calls him, I look at the time, it was 1 a.m, and both of us just kind of looked at each other and had the realization of, yeah, we're about to have to pick her up from another party. So as we're thinking of the realization of this, Zane basically grabs his keys. He tells his mom, hey, Stephanie went to another party again. She's like, oh my gosh, she's always going to parties. I told her stop going. Because even her mom knows about this. So we we start driving and we're kind of playing chill music because we know once we get there, everything's going to get chaotic. And we're basically just looking at each other and we were just yo, what do you think's going to happen this time? And Zane was just I mean, if she was talking to a guy, we might have to fight the guy. If not, then we just going to have to deal with her being drunk and crazy. So we're all right. So we pull up to the party and we could tell it was a party because it was just people outside. It was people dancing and everything like that. So we get in the party, and when we get in the party, we walk up to random people and we're hey, do you know where Stephanie is? Do you know Stephanie? Do you know Stephanie? So eventually there's one guy, we're yo, do you know where Stephanie is? And he's yeah, Stephanie's in the back room. She kind of don't feel too good, and she was she gonna have her little brother pick her up. Zane was yeah, I'm her little brother. So we go upstairs, we go to the back room, and she's there. It's her, 2 girls, and 1 guy, and it's the guy, he's just sitting there, shirtless, and he's yo, is that your older sister? And Zane's yeah, bro. He's yeah, I seen her, she was outside throwing up, so I just told her to come in and lay down. And she was laying down right next to him. So basically, we get her, we start going downstairs, and as we're going downstairs, Zane's kind of yo, what did you take? Why are you so messed up? What's going on? And she just completely ignored him, looked at me, and was you're super hot. And I was just I don't know, it was creepy. Because, mind you, I've known her for a long time. To me, she's an older sister. So I don't look at her like that. So I just kind of looked at her and then looked at Zane, and Zane was yo, what did you take? She's shut up, you're messing me up. And then I was what do you mean messing me up? She was and I was what? So we're walking downstairs. We get to the car. She goes in the back seat, and we basically just close all the doors and we start driving. And as we're driving, I started to kind of doze off because we were in the party for 20 minutes. So it was probably it was still in the 1 o'clock hour. So I was just kind of tired. I started dozing off. And as I'm dozing off, I feel something on my leg. I'm what's going on? And then I look down and I just see a hand grabbing my leg and trying to rub my leg. So when I see this, I kind of jump. His name was yo, bro, you good? And I'm yeah, bro, I just I was just dozing off, how basically I tried to say that how when you're dozing off and then you might wake up after jolting awake. So yeah, but then I look down and I realized there's only 1 person in the back seat. And I look behind me and Stephanie is literally sitting there trying to rub my leg while biting her lip. And I was this is out of hand. And I said it out loud. And Zane looked and he realized what was going on. And he just stopped the car abruptly, got out, swung, his door swung open, got out the car, opened her door, and just started screaming at her. He was you're not about to do this, Stephanie, I'm not playing with you. Why would you, he's basically yelling at her because she's trying to hook up with his friend, and that's weird. So, while he's yelling at her the whole time, I'm just sitting there, and I'm yo, why you always gotta be something crazy? And she basically was listen, I'm not trying to hook up one of them, you're just mad, And basically, after they yell for a little bit, I kind of turn around, I'm yo, y'all just gonna be parked in the middle of the road for this long? One, we're far away from your house, come on now. So get back in the car and he starts driving, and he's blasting music, and she's basically just sitting there trying to yell at him, and he's just driving. We eventually wind up getting to their house. She goes straight to sleep as normal, and me and Zane just kind of talk about it. And basically when she woke up in the morning, Zane basically told her everything that happened the night before. She said sorry, and come to find out, she was on acid. Basically, the reason why she was kind of going crazy that night was because she took acid and she was drunk. So those two mixed together, I guess, wasn't too good, and that's why she was throwing up and saying weird stuff and everything like that. But yeah, moral of the story, don't do drugs. So if you enjoyed that story time, make sure you smash the like button, turn on post notifications, and subscribe for another video. It's your boy Jay, and that's the story time for today. I'm out. Woo!